In this battle, we're going to test the Cairn Wraiths versus the Greatswords. The Cairn Wraiths, 40 weapon strength, no bonus versus anything, but they have a very high amount of armor piercing damage. Their melee attack is quite poor, as is their melee defense, but they have high speed. Also, their physical resistance is now 80%, so on a successful hit, they will take the full weapon damage of the unit hitting them, but then that damage gets reduced to 20%. Now this is a unit that does exceedingly well in blobs when it isn't targeted directly, but let's see how it does when Greatswords take it head on. Even combat on the charge, 1 kill there, 3 kills, 5 kills. But this is where you can see the smaller unit size starts to hurt the Cairn Wraiths, because they actually do quite well on the charge. But then the man count of the Greatswords, it's too big for a unit of Cairn Wraiths to deal with alone. However, you could of course overcast Invocation of Nehek on these units, and they would be able to hold for longer. You could also use leadership buffs so they don't crumble. But this is not the way you want to use Cairn Wraiths whatsoever. You definitely want to use them as a supporting unit, not as first line infantry. And with their speed, they can move around the flanks quite handily and do a lot better, because causing terror and rear charging together with making a unit lose a bit, that's a terrifying combination for most enemy troops. But they do worse than Graveguard in a head-on engagement, which is sort of expected. They're going to lose quite heavily here, down to their last few hundred hit points. And there we go, crumbling starts to kick in. So there's no way they're going to defeat Graveguard in a straight-up engagement unless you use Invocation of Nehek on them. But in that case, you're using magic that could have been used to damage the enemy to make sure that your troops do more damage to the enemy, and that could be worth it in certain engagements. Let's say you have zombies here and you have Cairn Wraiths, then you're starting to approach a death blob. Or even if you had zombies, horrors and Cairn Wraiths in the blob, then Invocation of Nehek is a great spell to use. Strength and armor.